Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile Radio. You are now.
This is the kind of show. This is the kind of show.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We back live on the air, man. I got my family in the building once again. This is a very familiar face to the platform, man. Y'all have seen this dude over here several times, man, on the artist side of stuff, as well as the business and entrepreneur side of things, man. My guy JP1, better known as Alvin Hill, is back in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Everything good, man. I'm glad to be here, to be honest.
Man, most definitely. It's always a pleasure to have you here, man. We always have good conversations and, always get some good knowledge out of you, man. Whether it be, one of the stories about your endeavors or your encounters in the hip hop scene, man, or just you navigating the business world, man, and everything that you've been encountering through that, man. So what's been going on with you since the last time we talked, brother?
Heavy grind. I'm on a heavy grind, yeah.
As expected.
So I was talking about it before, how I was working with a marketing team, and we turned up. So we running ads. The ads doing real good. We generating leads. I was just making calls before I got here, like calling leads and making sure that they get into the community that we giving away. We got a business builder community, so we giving away the community. It's a free community, and then we giving away the Real Life XP. It's an entrepreneur acceleration course, and basically what it is 5 hours a game. So I broke that up into 3 different modules. The first module is all about your mindset and get your personal life in order so you can be a better entrepreneur. And then the second module is all about getting your business in order, setting up the right systems and processes. And then the third module is all about business, credit, and funding. So I'm just trying to get as many people as possible in there. Like I said, it's free. And I just want to get people the game, man. As long as you got the game, it's on you to use it.
Dig it. So how would they get that information one more time? How do they get in contact with? It on your page or your website?
Yep, it's on my page, all the websites, but you can go to ultimatebbb.com. That's it, ultimatebbb.com. That's the funnel. You don't have to opt into nothing else. It's free. It's going to give you a couple other offers if you want software to give you that. If you need help setting up your own situation, then that's the final offer, the main offer. But the community is free, y'all. It's dope, man.
Dig that.
That's dope.
That. So yeah, man, we've been, watching social media over the last couple of weeks and the news or whatnot, and it seems to be a whole lot of things, as always is, going on with our youth. You know what I mean? A lot of bad things. I'll see that. Now there's some good, not to say that there's all bad going on, but there's some things that's been sticking out to us recently in the media and in social media that's going on with our youth that we see an extreme void and a need to be corrected, right? A need to be redirected, right? So we was having a conversation about redirecting our youth before to the kids in regards to redirecting the youth that's just out here moving in the wrong way, in the wrong direction.
The youth are they misguided. So we don't like to look at things as deep as they should be looked at. But if you really take a good assessment of the situation, we are losing our leadership. We losing our leadership early. So even most recently, you got somebody like Nipsey Hussle, who we were talking about before we went live. I've been a Nipsey fan, from 2010 maybe. And you got people like that's doing for the community, that's a gang member, that's talking about doing something positive and giving back to the community, didn't leave his community and continue to pour and invest into his community. And then you have somebody that has nothing to lose and they go and take his life. And we don't realize how big of an impact that type of stuff have on our community. So then you get somebody like a Dolph, and you get somebody here, and you get, you got all these different people that's trying and working hard to do something for the community. And they end up losing their life in the process. And losing their life don't necessarily mean they end up getting killed. They could actually go to jail. So you got people, and I was talking about this before we started. You got Trump letting free Zippo. You got people like me, Blackout, and you'll go, free some of these other people, and they do no big thing for our community, and our youth are totally misguided. And within the home, you take away all of the strong people. So you get somebody like Meech. Meech ain't in jail for murder, none of that. Meech in jail for selling drugs, and I don't want to minimize.
Diminish
I don't want to
but-
minimize what he did. It's definitely something wrong with it. But you have people that have committed murders, and as long as they cooperate, they right back on the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it go to show you that they're not really concerned with public safety. All they care about is pushing a political agenda. So this is what we dealing with. So now you take away somebody like Meech, who had great leadership, who did not push violence, even though there were some occurrences of violence.
Right.
This wasn't somebody that was running around killing people, and you don't have stories of Meech running around putting money on everybody's head, which he could have did. Meech was on love. Look, we gonna go from east to west, wherever. We gonna show love. We gonna make some money. Everybody gonna get to it, and then you take him away for 30 years. That's a big impact on the street. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's wrong with the youth. I don't look at the youth and think, oh, these boys out of control. So what happens is if you take away leadership for 30, 40, 50 years, you have a bunch of misguided youth. So now you have these gang members and these people within the youth who don't understand leadership or structure because you took away the leadership. And it's all political. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to believe that. We don't want to look that deep into the situation because it make us have to
Think.
yeah.
Right. Make us have to think.
That too, but that the system is actually working. And if we admit that the system is designed to do exactly what it's doing, and I am a law-abiding citizen now. I am no longer in the streets. I was in the streets my whole entire life, and I'm no longer like a part of that. But I have a problem with snitches.
Right.
Not that, you know, I'm not looking at it like that. I'm not looking at it, if you are committing crimes, either violence away from the general public, or if the lady across the street know your business, that means you're not good at what you're doing.
Right.
So in my growing up, we took care of the older
The person. At the end
yeah,
of the
you
day,
know,
right?
he over there doing what he do, but he not about to let nobody break in my house.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now you over there, you want to sell drugs in front of her house. She's scared to leave the house because she don't know what you gonna do. You see what I'm saying? And then your issues pour over to her house. So that's where all the lack of guidance come from, right? So when you think about people that they had capture us were not people outside of our tribe out because they stick out like a sore thumb, right? So in order for them to capture us and setting your brother up, like it's people that setting their brothers up, their daddies up, so they could show you. That's why they putting all this paperwork out, because it's a whole different system. So if now you see the
They're
tell,
already saying that now is that snitching is cool now. It's like a new culture now.
same thing is your tribal member turning you in so you can go be a captive, right? Turning you into captivity. So it's the same concept. I have no love for anybody that's a rat. I don't care what part of my history you are. If I find out you the police, I'm straight. Because it show you have no backbone. I don't care what I'm doing. I just feel like you have no backbone. And, you know, that's not to say you a supervisor at work. Like, I'm talking about street
stuff, yeah.
street stuff. You running around in the streets and you telling, I got a problem with it. You see what I'm saying? So if the youth don't understand that, then the youth are being misguided. Now they go commit a crime with their cousin. They go tell on their cousin, right? You know what I'm saying? It's no type of loyalty, and the media is propagating that. Bam, there you go.
Pushing it, promoting it.
Right? So now what these kids are tied into is social media. If they can show on social media that Tekashi 6ix9ine is still cool, he still have 2 million, 5, 3 million, 10 million followers after snitching. If they could show that FBG Butter is still cool, you know what I'm saying, after taking a stand and doing whatever he did. And I think he told on dead people. That's a whole nother thing in itself.
Right.
I mean, that's a way to get around the system. If you go in there telling on dead people, that's something you got to deal with your crew and whoever you deal with.
I think, was it T.I. Somebody else mentioned somebody.
Yeah, T.I. said he was just talking shit.
Yeah.
Like, man, my cousin said, you know what I'm saying, he was talking shit.
Yeah.
And we get to the point where, or baby brother, Gangsta.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Gangsta told on people, Gangsta told on dead people. It's a thin line.
Is that considered snitching?
That ain't snitching. You ain't got nobody locked up. If listen, man, if my man's died tomorrow and they try to pin a murder on me, and listen, man, John did that and let me up out of here. He not going to jail. You see what I'm saying? John not going to jail. So whatever that situation may be, now if you get other people implicated within that,
right,
then
Nah, you got a
you
problem.
ratty.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Even the shit that happened with Gunna, you got to be in the streets to understand that Gunna just took a cop. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm a real street nigga. Like, and I'm a paralegal, so I understand that he just took a cop. That, and part of his cop was to admit the shit he admitted in court. Like, that's just a part of his cop. I don't know if I would have took the cop. You know what I'm saying? And the cop is kind of scary because it puts you on like this weird probation to where if you get any type of, if you violate the probation, you got to go and do the sentence. So I think it was Young Thug brother. He got out with the same cop. Like, you know, I'm admitting that, you know, this is a gang, all that. It's just what you got to do to get this cop, to honor this cop. And he ended up violating the probation, man. They gave him like 10 years. They gave him a probation. They gave him like a year and then 9 years suspended sentence with probation or whatever. He violated, man. They laid him down.
Damn.
He violated quick, too. It was like a couple months. They laid him down. So it's like, you know, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
Yeah, that's wild.
But
that's wild.
this is what they got for the youth. Now, I don't know how much you know about the RICO. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even that, right? The RICO is every law that's made end up being used against us. Every law that they make, from the drug laws, RICO, when you think about it, every law that they make, they get these laws passed.
It was centered around punishing us.
No. That's what I'm saying. When they go to get these laws passed, it has nothing to do with us.
Oh, okay.
When they got RICO passed and all of that, the RICO had nothing to do with us. RICO was all about getting these mobsters and these guys that were sitting on their high heels and having people that work for them do all this illegal crime and do this stuff, and they couldn't catch them. So it had nothing to do with us. When they went and came up with the RICO in the 70s, I believe, they did not come in there and say, we want to get these black people out of Harlem. But in 2023, 24, the RICO is being used against us more than anybody. Every law that they pass ends up going against us. It ends up being used against us.
Being redirected and redefined. Into
Every law. Every law. The war on drugs, where we were victims, right? We were victims of the war on drugs.
Yeah.
But it locked all of us up.
So
Think
it's a
about
double-edged sword. Like we were victims of the
We the
drug
victims.
epidemic, right?
Now, yeah. So no. It's so what do they?
Opioid crisis.
It's a crisis, right? What's the difference?
A crisis and an epidemic. The crisis affect white people, man.
That's it. That's the difference. I thought you was gonna try to give me a definition. Listen.
No.
So this is what and I know we didn't go allowed to go here, but we here.
Yeah.
So the difference is the way that they put it to the media. So when you look at the crack epidemic, it's
like a plague, right?
look at it. Look at all of us. They gonna show the most downtrodden black people. They're gonna show people that look like they about to eat you alive. That we look like
It's
zombies.
a crisis. It's like, we need help. Everybody help fix this. This is us. We need
If
help.
you look up right now, if you Google the opioid crisis, if you watching this, don't log off of here, but look up the opioid crisis and see the media coverage of that. You're going to see these nice white people out in these nice neighborhoods, and they're going to say they just need help. They not trying to lock them up. They want to get them help. They want to get them treatment. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. If it affect us, then they're going to give us the worst punishment we can get. Think about the crack laws they just had to change. The crack laws were 100 to 1.
Wow.
The crack laws were 100 to 1. If you were selling cocaine and you had an ounce of cocaine, that's the equivalent to having, and you had the same amount of crack, they're going to charge you like it was 100 times the cocaine. Because who usually had a crack? The black people. That's what they're attributing to.
Cocaine is the rich white man.
Cocaine is the white man drug. 100 to 1, not 2 to 1, not 4 to 1, The law was 100-1. So
Yeah, they're basically the same amount of time for per se like a dime of crack rock as they would for a whole kilo of cocaine.
damn
type
near,
shit.
because they figured this, like Whitney Houston said, crack is a broke drug. So now we gonna
You
do
want to punish the broke people for being broke.
for being broke. Now you want to get high. What you want to get high with, we gonna give you 100-1. And then when you look at the situation, the way that the laws were drawn up, you get caught with a little bit of crack, you are a criminal. You get caught with a little bit of cocaine, you can go get treatment. Because the way the laws were drawn up, that little bit of crack, it put you over a guideline. Now you got to go do 2 years, right? So this is what we got to be aware of. So how this all tie back to the youth, you are talking about 400 plus years of oppression, right? And when they couldn't do it with slavery because those laws changed, they did it with segregation. They did it with something else. They did it with
Yeah, they red line everything. I mean, classism, right?
Classism.
Fucking,
felonies. Oh, you got a now they giving you a felony, then saying, "Oh, you can't vote now because you got a felony."
but now, in 2024,
Oh, the president.
we have a whole president,
Yeah.
a former president, still
Yeah.
allowed to run. Right?
Yeah, but even that. So
But felons can't vote though. But felons can run,
can run for president, right? So this is what I'm trying to explain to people. So we're looking at the youth and we're thinking the youth have a problem, and they do.
But that was good segue into my next question, right? We spent a nice amount of time talking about the issues and the problems of the youth and what's going on with them. But what do you feel like is the solution, right? What can we do in the position that we're in to help them?
Education. So the youth need resources and education. So you need resources to make up for the lack of leadership. So you need mentorship programs. You need community outreach. You see guys like NED, Ceasefire. You see a lot of these guys out in the community. I work with Ceasefire. I've actually before I went to the feds, I've actually marched with Zeke and those guys from New Era, Detroit. I've actually went to meetings in Highland Park, different things like that. So I like what Zeke doing. Not to be as critical, Zeke like looked like a rapper now. Back then he didn't look like so much look like a rapper, but now it's like, but you gotta look the part too. You see what I'm saying? So I understand what he's doing as far as making sure everything is reached out on social media. But I like Zeke. Zeke is an excellent speaker. He an excellent leader, and people gonna follow Zeke. You know what I'm saying? So I like what Zeke doing. Zeke is getting the community together and getting the leadership together in the community. And he not afraid to speak against stuff. You know what I'm saying? I seen him with Trick, and that's a good look. Like that's what's needed. We need to show that as the older people. I'll be 40 this year. I ain't super old, but I'm young enough to connect with the youth. But I'm old enough to know better. You see what I'm saying? And we got to get together and say this is what we gonna do. So I'm working with nonprofits, different nonprofits. Like I said, I do some work with Ceasefire. I'm working with Stop Youth Violence, different things like that. So I'm working with these nonprofits. We got an event Thursday. Me, Sincere. I'm speaking with Uchi Khan, Brother Phil Sample. I don't know which.
Yeah. That's my guy. That's
Yeah,
my guy.
yeah. I don't know which way they going with it, but I'm out. I'm working, and I don't mind if it's other people that need somebody to come out and speak. I'm willing to come out and speak. We gotta talk to the youth, and we have to talk to the youth, not these squares. Like you don't want to because people like seeing what they see. You got somebody, seeing what they,
What they are, somebody they can identify with. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's the reason why, man, like, I always find myself in a spot where I have to, speak about some of the rough edges that I have, right? And still be in an arena where I teach kids and mentor kids and whatnot. I mean, and part of the reason why I am the way that I am, not only in journalism and broadcasting, but with the kids, is because people identify with me and they're called that, right? Because when you call me a community activist or anybody, it's almost like you're putting them in the political arena. You know what I'm saying? And then again, like I might cuss, smoke, drink when I'm live, right?
Yeah.
So again, I feel like those are elements in me that people identify with and attach to, and the reason why they gravitate to me like they do. You know what I mean? And not to say that a lot of the adult things that I do should be a motivation to the kids, right? But I want them to. I want to be transparent. I want to be real. You know what I mean? I can do this and be that. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I really, stick to who I am and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, because I don't want to come off fake, false. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to be nothing but myself. So I can be this dude that has all of this edge, but still has the passion and the heart for the community and the kids to do everything that I'm doing. So that's what people need to understand, whether it be the elders or the youth, because there's a lot of the elders that look at people our age and feel like, oh, you shouldn't be in a position to do this or to handle that because I see this element of you or I see that, right? Forgetting when they were younger, right? And when they probably participated in some of the same things or when they were the same way. So, that's again, I do that to meet people where they are, you know what I'm saying? And identify with them and take it from there as far as leading.
But we got to. So the people older than us, they damn near gave up on us for real.
Yeah.
They won't admit it. But in reality, they not only gave up on us, they don't give a hell about the kids, the teenagers, and they like, man, these guys are lost cause.
Yep.
Look at them out there sagging. They all doing this and that, and it's not too late.
It's not too late, man. Like I was I don't even know the word to say, but I'll just say inspired, man. The first time that I did my podcast workshops with the young guys and the girls at Job Corps, and how you would, you don't want to be stereotypical of your people, you know what I'm saying, to put them in a box when you look at them and judge them as being a certain type of person, right? But oftentimes we do just by their appearance, you know what I'm saying. So some of these kids just, it just shocked me and it made me feel bad that I judged these beautiful black books by the cover in almost the same way as I felt like I was programmed by white supremacy almost. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, damn. And when I got to listening to them talk, you know what I mean, the intelligence and the intellect that came out of their mouths and out of their minds, it was like, wow, man, like these kids is like they really know stuff. Like contrary to the surface and what they project, man, a lot of them, and then again, some of them, we can't say that as a blanket statement applied to all of them, right? You know what I'm saying? All of them have different intelligence levels and, IQs and stuff like that. But, I say all that to say you can't just, throw them all away, man, as if they are lost cause. So,
and we can't, and what we got to realize is, see, somebody like me, so I've been in foster homes, boys homes, juveniles, state prison, federal prison. So somebody like me that did all of that, and you got people that, so I know a guy that was locked up with me and he had a great life and he did some dumb shit and caught a case. And he came home and he went to college and he did whatever. And he, he could talk to a certain crowd. He don't get me to, he not white. He might be like Albanian or something. He's something. But he can talk to his crowd. But somebody like me that's been to all of these institutions and I'm a gang member. I got all of this shit going on and I still got my shit together, right?
Right.
My conversation is different than his conversation. Me going to get a master's degree is just not the same as him. Because it's not like he had everything against him. So he fucked up. He got it back on track.
Right.
With me, you talking about 20 plus years of being in the streets. You see what I'm saying? I caught my first felony at 11. Before I was 12, I caught a second one. Literally, before I caught the first one in May, the second one in like September. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was in juveniles, foster homes, boys home, like boom, boom. Independent living here at Don Bosco and Federation of Youth and different stuff like that. I'm talking about from different institutions all across the state of Michigan. And this not somebody that's saying that you can't do a background check on. Like people gonna be like, nah, bro is who he is.
Right.
Bro solid. Like I wasn't in juvenile a punk. Like nobody like, I was slapping dog. You see what I'm saying? I'm solid. So when you get somebody like that, I wasn't ran out the streets. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got people like Uchi Khan and like I said with Sincere and guys that have some kind of ranking in their gangs. You know what I'm saying? And you got J Dom who running Big Homies. I told you I work with Big Homies out of Battle Creek. And you got guys that have rank within their organizations, and they reaching out to these youth, and they not just reaching to say, hey, I'm reaching. They like me and my guys are reaching back to the youth with like a sense of urgency that we never had before. Right? We never seen somebody like Zeke, the way Zeke doing what Zeke doing. We haven't seen that because we need it right now. We're not only fighting the system now, we're fighting each other.
Man.
Right? We got to get to these kids before they get to other kids. So we going into schools. I've been in schools all year. I've been in schools and programs all year. We had an event a couple months ago for Stop the Youth Violence, and the police was there, and we doing training on Thursday to help the police understand how some of these programs work and how to communicate with these kids. And these are literally people that's stamped. Like this not somebody just saying, hey y'all, we got to do better. When you see somebody like Shaka Senghor, right? So Shaka like one of my best friends. So you see somebody like that. Shaka is not somebody Shaka wasn't no punk. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is going to tell you Shaka a punk. You don't hear nobody not going to say that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to hear no tell that J Dom a punk.
People that's respected in all arenas that they walk in, basically.
And we in a position where we have to do this. You see what I'm saying? We have to be the ones to do this. So when I do real life business solutions and I do different things like that, and it's like, okay, JP know what he's talking about. When I reach back to these youth and I go, so I was in Kalamazoo and I did an event at the college in Kalamazoo, and it was 6th to 9th graders, I believe. I think, it was 6th to 9th graders, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. So when I went in there, even one of the teachers that were there with them, one of the teachers said, man, you inspire me. I spoke for about maybe 30 minutes. He said, man, you inspire me. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking about my story and, my journey from being their age. I've been in foster homes and everything, in prison and all since they age. You know what I'm saying? I haven't lived with my mama since I was 11 years old. So since I was your age or younger, I've been in the system. Yeah. Right? And I went there maybe a week or two after I graduated. I'm showing pictures of my graduation. I got my MBA. And I told them, I did good last year. I did 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? I did good for myself. In school, everything. I made 6 figures. Right. You know what I'm saying? And 6 figures today ain't what it was 10 years ago.
Absolutely not.
It ain't. But I made 6 figures. And that's legally. Right? So
but that's a feat though, right?
Yeah, because
being an entrepreneur, doing that on your own, right? Even at that age, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's a story to tell that can motivate. I mean, I was just in Keep Alive Village doing my audio visual production classes yesterday, and I was just telling the kids about different ideas that I came up with my own services just to make money. You know what I mean? And then if you calculate this times, this many hours per day and this many days per week and this many months per year, you know what I mean? And this is just one service, you know what I mean? It's just inspiring the kids, showing them how much can be made and what can be done off of your own hands.
And you got to do it. It's all mental, right? So when I was leaving the federal institution in 2021, I thought I was getting out in 2020 because of the COVID. So I filed for compassionate release and they gave it to me. And then they took it back. No joke. Listen, I was literally supposed to be out the door. And they like, oh, they changed the guidelines. Now you don't fit the health criteria, blah, blah, blah. Listen, fucked over me, right? But I was almost out the door anyway. So I went back and I hired a lawyer and I went back and fought for my freedom. Anyway, I can't lie. While I was in there, I said, man, I've never done anything legally, bro. I've never done anything legally, never had a job. I never did nothing like that. So I sat in there and I calculated how much I would need for me to just stay out the streets. And I was like, man, if I can make 50,000, I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? If I can get to 50,000, I know that I won't turn back.
That's a motivation for me. That's a goal.
I know if
I can make that, then yeah.
I know I don't have to worry about being in the streets because I've only been in the streets all my life. So when I came home, and maybe the first year I got close to that. So 2021 to 22, I got a little close to the 50. Not quite probably. But 22 to 23, I did the 50. You You know what I'm saying? I was in a little over the 50 range, 50, 60,000, whatever. I don't know exactly, but it was somewhere in there. I did pretty decent for myself. And what I do is that's between contract work. I do some regular contract work. I do some, my business and credit repair and all the different things that I do from speaking engagements. I get paid for everything. So as I got to my bachelor's, I actually put in an application. I had an application for Amazon. So Amazon was going to give me 70-some thousand for a year. And I was like, shit, I'm doing better than my 50.
Let's do it, right?
So I do the interviews. That's the only real interview I've been on for real. Like I go do the Amazon interview. They give me the job. They do the background check. I was still within my 7 years. They denied me. Boom. So I'm not going to lie. It had me down a little bit. But I'm like, damn, I'm about to go trade in 70 hours of my week, between 60 and 70 hours damn near of my week to make this $70,000. Right? I got to trade in this time. So I prayed on it. And a couple days later, I was back pumped. And I say, man, I'm going to get my master's now. So I was in there to get my master's. And I was like, well, once I get my master's, I'm not taking a job unless they give me $100K. This is what I made up my mind. I haven't put in an application or nothing. When I sat down earlier in the year, and I do the math, bam, 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 I get ready to do my taxes. I realized I made $100K. I ain't put in an application since. Amazon. So that's what I mean by a person. Sometimes you have to see more to actually want more, right? Because my goal was only 50, right? And that's what people don't understand about the youth. They don't see more, right?
Because there's no opportunity in front of them.
They don't see it. What they see is drug dealers. Even with me, I got people. Somebody from Southwest. They not even that much younger than me. Somebody from Southwest told me. They said, "Man, how I feel to be a legend." I said, "A legend." Swear to God. He said, "Man, how I feel to be a legend." I said, "A legend." And he said, "Yeah, bro, you a Southwest legend." I said, "A Southwest legend." You feel what I'm saying? So the way they're looking at me, and he only probably 2-3 years younger than me, maybe. But the way some people look at me is different than how I look at myself, because I got these goals and I got different things that I'm aspiring to. Yeah. And not only when he said it, different people come in the room, "Oh, bro," you know what I'm saying? And they like, "Bro, you know what I'm saying?" They give you and I'm looking like, damn, they really look up to me. And they don't even realize they 2 years younger than me. Man. Because all my friends and stuff was older. So when they I'm like, shit, bro, you 18 months younger than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what? I get that too, man. But that's what happened when you put your head to the pavement, man, and pound the ground so hard and just focus on what it is. You got tunnel vision, right? And then you look up, and it's almost like you don't even realize the impact that you made. You know what I'm saying? When all you were doing was trying to better yourself, right? And people look up, people look at you in your journey and inspired by you. Never know who you touch.
You never know it, man.
And that's what I find out, man, with what I'm doing, man. Like every day I literally cannot go out the house, dog. The plumber came to the house today. Said, "Man, I seen you at the Hip Hop Awards, man, a few years ago. You won your award." And I'm like, I can't go nowhere, man. That shit is creepy. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's a strange inspiration. I can't find the word that I want to use right now, but it's like an eerie type of a thing, man. You know what I mean? Surreal, right?
Yeah.
It's real surreal. You know what I'm saying? To go out and see the impact that you made on people to the point where you see the people that glow in people's eyes, to where you see how people look at celebrities, right?
Yep.
People looking at you like that. They giving you that energy.
Yep.
And it's like, man, like me, you know what I'm saying? People asking me to sign autographs and shit. Like, that's crazy to me.
I don't even think you realize how far your reach is, right? Because you love what you're doing. You see what I'm saying?
And I'm not doing it for that.
But that's something that you have to be aware
mindful of. Absolutely.
Because with me, bro, I was out in hang around closed probably about a week or two ago, and hang around closed. And I bumped into a UPS dude, I think it was, or a FedEx guy in Walmart. I'm in jogging pants and a little throw around little yard work shirt. And the guy, like, I'm on the phone. I'm actually on the phone with somebody that called me off of Google trying to do business, trying to do some business, needed a business consultation. And so I'm on the phone, and the dude was like, he like, oh, you JP1, right? And you know, usually you get that from music. You know, I done did music and did all this shit. So you JP1, he'd be like, yeah, you know, I'm just glad ain't nothing crazy. I don't owe nobody or nothing, right? So dude was like, bro, I watch you on Instagram. I watch you, you know what I'm saying? But whoop, I like what you. So I'm conscious about what I post now. I don't post everything, not just from them 2 weeks. I'm just saying in general, I understand that people are watching, bro. So I'm not posting just anything. I'm no longer talking about just anything. You know what I'm saying? I can't give my opinion about everything. Right? Because no matter how you like it, you still got a brand. You still got a brand. No matter how you want to sum it up, you got a brand. So my brand is certain way. So even if I talk about something, I talk about it from a certain perspective because I don't want to fuck up my brand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you do, even though you want to be your natural self, you want to present a self that's consistent too.
And
right?
and I feel you on that. It's still a whole lot of stuff, even with me being, you know, the hood, Howard Stern / Ted Koppel, right? All of that. Like, it's still things that I have to hold back on for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be information out there in the news that can't be known publicly, or just my personal opinion about things, right? Because it could be offensive to somebody who supports my platform, right? And it could not, and maybe, and it's not even a shoe that fits their foot for real, you know what I'm saying? But they offended on behalf of somebody who they love, who fits it, or so, you know what I mean? And so you gotta tread lightly, and it's crazy because, again, like earlier when I say you want to be yourself as much as possible, so you can identify to your people, your fan base. Is like, you know, it's just a slippery slope to tread when, you know, become a public figure or anywhere in the realm of public figureism. You know like,
especially for us, right? Now the black man, we got the biggest spotlight on us, the biggest magnifying glass, everything, right? People don't want to admit that. They want to, the black female is, they're going to say, oh, they're the most unprotected class of people and all of that, but not really. Being a female already give them a certain level of protection, right? It gives them a certain level of protection. If you walked outside your house right now and a female said, fuck you, Mark D, and slapped you, and you slapped her back, bow.
I'm the wrong one.
You wrong. That's a woman. You don't put your hands on a woman. You could have did better than that.
Yeah.
Right? If she did that, right now, she in your front yard, you didn't instigate anything with this woman. If this woman walked up to you, we walking out, I'm walking to my car, and you say, jackpot, I see them, and she turn around, fuck you, Mark D, bow. You don't know her from a can of paint. She might have seen something you posted and didn't like it. Bow. And you say, damn, boom, and slap her back. They're going to run to her rescue. They are not the most unprotected class of person. The black man is the most unprotected class of person because they're already looking at us like we're animals or we're violent or we're something. So now when we go and do something, they're going to say, we got to prove that we were in the right first. They're going to be protected just because they're a woman.
We're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, if you show if they clip that for social media and they just showed you slapping her, boop, nobody is gonna say, I wonder what she did. They're gonna say, man, he wrong, right? But if they clip it and they just show her slapping you, man, he probably said something stupid to her. We are the most unprotected class of person, right? So this is where our boys are. It all go back to the youth, because now I got to teach my son to handle the shit. I can't teach my son to go tip my son Cinco. So Cinco's done. He's doing better now. But man, when I first came home from jail, I was at the school dinner every week or two. Cinco whooping ass. Listen, whooping ass. And I had to tell the teachers, I'm not telling my son to turn the other cheek, because that's not the world he living in right now. Now, if he up here and he wasn't really starting anything, so it wasn't like they expelled him because he started shit. They just like, look, he's zero tolerance.
Yeah, his reaction to the
that's
bullshit
what it's gonna be. And I told him, And that's what I told him. I said, if my son was being a bully, I have to address that. I have no type of leniency for being a bully. But for you protecting yourself as a black male, you're going to have to protect yourself. The world is not giving you the protection that anybody else has. They're not giving it to you.
Right.
So with the black female, they got us against each other. Social media have us against each other. The system have us against each other. The system want to give
against each other.
We against each other. So the system is telling the black women, get rid of the black man, I'll take care of you. Right? They're telling them, as long as it's not a black male in your house, I'm gonna give you free money. I'm gonna give you food stamps. I'm gonna give you all of this stuff. As long as you don't have a male in your house. So now I don't need a man. I got my white baby daddy gonna do it. My white baby daddy gonna do it. The system is the white baby daddy. My white baby daddy gonna take care of me. He gonna make sure my rent $10. My white baby daddy gonna make sure my kids eat. Right? So the whole system, everything is about tearing up the family.
It's designed around attacking the black man.
It's about tearing about the family.
The white woman is even used as a weapon against the black man.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And even without them being backed by the machine that is what white supremacy in the system, right? They still have a lot of them. I'm not going to make a blanket statement as if all black women are against us, right? Because it's easy to paint that picture when we're talking about the things that we don't like about the opposite sex. But some of them are even programmed, right, without the system backing them to repel the black man in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? And we've been rendered to the point of, no matter what we do, you know what I'm saying, we're wrong. You know what I'm saying? We can greet a woman by saying, how you doing, sweetheart? I'm not your sweetheart. Right, you know what I'm saying? If we're too nice, it's a bad thing. If we're too aggressive, it's a bad thing, right? If we try to, anything on either side of it, right? We can't say what we like about a woman because we're wrong. We can't say what we don't like about a woman, God forbid. You know what I mean? Like, who are we to, so it's like we are, I feel you, know what I mean? We are the most isolated people in the world, you know what I mean?
Even if you have a bad day today, if your woman had a bad day, she can talk to her friends. They're gonna say, oh girl, it's gonna be all right. She could talk to you. You gonna say, oh baby, just woo. Bro, you got a bad day. You come and you lay it on her. Oh baby, my day. You weak. You know what I'm saying? She gonna use it against you. Man, baby, a guy bumped me today, and I had to hold my breath in. The next time she say something, you say, damn, shut up. You ain't tell him that.
That whole ass nigga, right?
You ain't tell him that. Everything is a weapon, right? So this is what I'm saying. We are the most unprotected class of people. The black male is the most unprotected class of people. But what they're going to do is they're going to show you violent. They're going to show you showing money. You see somebody like when they killed Trayvon Martin, they killed that young man. That young man did nothing. He did nothing but protect what was natural. Somebody pounce on you or jump, you're going to do what's natural. You got to get him off of you. Right? He did nothing.
He got killed for defending himself.
He got killed for defending himself. You know what they did? Start showing him smoking weed. He a teenager. How many of y'all didn't smoke weed? Right. Y'all do worse than that. Y'all do lines and all kind of shit when y'all 16, 17, 18. You see what I'm saying? But once again, we are the most unprotected class of people. So for them killing him, it wasn't the same as one of us killing one of them, or you know what I'm saying? Or it's crazy. So our kids are seeing this. Our kids are seeing this. So now our kids they're not getting together and saying they're gangs. They're not getting together and say, SMB warriors, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? They're not getting together to say, hey, I'm a gang. They're getting together because this is my friend. These are my friends. You got guys that get together to do music. They're rap groups. Maybe one of them hustle. I got a homie, man. He doing 30 years, right? He was the head of the Bounty Hunter Bloods. So Rio didn't do anything, bro. Literally, Rio didn't kill nobody. Rio didn't tell them to kill nobody. Rio didn't do any of that, right? So all Rio did, and I used to tell him this, God is my witness. I say, look, bro, you got to quit posting everything online. I don't care what I do in the streets. I'm never just, I talk about fighting a nigga online, but I don't like, bro, you posting too much online. I used to tell him this all the time. So, and he will post like, some guns or something, and he might post, I'm running 2 lines, or I hit a 2 lines, whatever, gang shit or whatever. And he got 32 years, man. The guys who actually killed somebody, once again, it was not on Rio saying go kill somebody. It was not them beefing. They did something outside of gang activity, like literally did something, and whatever reason they did it, do you know they found him guilty because he took dues every month? They said because he took dues, he got a RICO case. He got a RICO case, the Bounty Hunter Blood RICO case. Y'all can look it up. They got my dog for being the gang leader, and said because he had them pay dues every month, all the criminal activity that was done in the midst of that month was his responsibility. They killed the dude at the CVS on Grand River and Schaefer. It was a Bounty Hunter Blood that did that. It was another Bounty Hunter Blood. They did something on 7 Mile, killed a young guy or something. Those guys got 10 years, 12 years. Rio got 32 years. This is what I'm saying about the attack on leadership. Rio ain't told them people do nothing.
Right.
Rio wrong for showing guns on there. They didn't even get him for selling drugs or nothing. They got him like a text, bro. I read the case. Like, this is my guy. I talk to him regularly too, but I've actually read the case. They literally found this man guilty because of what he was posting on social media and the fact that he took dues, man, and gave him 32 years. The actual killers got 10 years. They don't care for public safety.
Right.
They are attacking our family. They are attacking us. We are under attack. And unless we do something about it, we're going to be in trouble in the next 10, 15, 20 years. Because the lack of leadership only means that the structure is getting tore down more and more and more and more. Right? Right? Think about even from Black Panthers and all of that, man. They was killing them guys, man. That wasn't started to be a violent group of people. Tupac, different stuff. Like, I feel like that was a lack of leadership from Suge. Right? I felt like the right leadership, Tupac would be here with us today. Right? It was a lack of leadership. You know what I'm saying? So that's where everything that you see happening on the surface come from a lack of leadership. That's where you had to start at, the lack of leadership.
Even when you talk about what's going on in the community with our kids, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them come from, and I don't like to paint this picture as if I'm demonizing our sisters, man, but a lot of them come from single parent households that's ran by women.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And, once these young boys get to the age where, or even some of these young girls, it's the reason why we have so many runaway girls that are written off as missing, kidnapped or whatever, right? Because a lot of these kids come from households where these parents, these sisters can't handle these kids, these multiple kids that are growing up being teenagers and young adults. And, they can't handle it. They have no leadership in the homes.
So me and my lady, my fiance has a bachelor's degree from Michigan State. I'm now MBA. I have a master's degree. So we have a household with degrees in the house. Right. I got my business. My lady do hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see entrepreneurship in the house. My kids see entrepreneurship in the house. When my kids have an idea, I go and I figure out how to build on that. My daughter want to sell bracelets. I went and bought her bracelets. I went and bought her the kits and different things to sell the bracelets. My sons want to do something. I figure out, okay, you want to do that? Let's put it together. What's sad about the single parent household, either way, you have to provide, you have to instruct, you have to nurture. You see what I'm saying? That's hard for one person.
And that's the reason why I said, I don't want to say that as if I'm demonizing the sisters, right? Because it's not like some of them don't want to do it, right? Some of them just don't have the tools to do it. Sometimes some of them are exhausted in resources, exhausted with their time. You know what I mean? It's hard for a woman to fulfill the obligations and the duties of a man in a child's life, right? No matter how hard or how much, rather, they believe that they can. You know what I mean? Because you know how fathers, they rolling around. We still got a lot of sisters that want to celebrate and say, I'm the father. Celebrate me on Father's Day. But you can never. The proof is in the pudding when you look out here in the streets, where you can't raise a boy child to be completely a man without a man in his life. You know what I mean?
It's impossible. So I'm gonna tell you how even that it's a root to that. So a lot of the females that's comfortable being single parents, they watch their parent be a single parent. They watch their mom be a single parent. Once again, this isn't something that happened 10, 15 years ago. This is something that's been going on for 40, 50 years where the war on drugs, to this, to that. They've been taking our men, like literally taking our men out of the house. They might as well just put a magnet in the air and pull men out the house. For real, bro. Like they've been taking our men. So a lot of these females have watched their mom, they aunt, they everybody do it. And these females feel like they got it together. Because some of them went and got a good job. Some of them went and got an education. Some of them did this. And they feel like I got it together. They may even have it together monetarily. Right? So this gives them a sense of confidence that's false. Because even though you have it together monetarily, you may have money in the bank. You may have some savings, some stocks, some this and that. You don't have it together. That goes back to leadership. So in my situation, right, I came home 2021. My lady had been by herself for 4 years. Before that, I was married and had whatever the fuck I had going on. So I had her and my ex-wife. Bam. So I'm spread out too thin. I'm fighting this Fed case. I'm doing all this shit. I done had 2 kids back to back. When I got locked up, she was pregnant with a second kid. You know what I'm saying? So now I got this situation that I'm leaving, right? I come home. Now I done got a divorce. I done went in there and got a degree. I'm coming home, leaving the streets alone. I'm coming home and I'm being a man. I'm coming home as a different person. So I come home. I had to fight with my lady. I had to fight for my house because she's been doing it for 4 years. So even me coming home and doing the right thing, obtaining degrees, I had to fight. I've moved out twice in 3 years. This is the first time I ever spoke on it. I've had to move out twice because I'm a man. So you're going to be respectful. But what happens is my lady is in the house being a man, right? And it's just like Animal Farm. If you have to, you know what Animal Farm is? So now Animal Farm, the book, right? You got the pigs on the farm. They wanted to overtake the farm. They got the humans. They overtake the farm now. Get the humans off the farm. They make a list of 10 different things that you can't do. So the pigs are going to be the leaders because the pigs are smart, right? So now these pigs running the farm, all the farm, everything going good. Step by step, you start seeing the pigs turn into humans. They take on all these human characteristics. So step by step, they start doing everything that they set out and said they were not going to do. Do not sleep in the bed. Do not wear clothes. Do not eat at the table. Do not, you see what I'm saying? All of this stuff. And then they say, do not walk on 2 legs. Do not, this was all of these rules to separate the animals from the humans. By the end of the book, the leaders were walking on 2 legs. They were smoking cigars. They were eating at the table. They were sleeping in the bed. They wore robes and different things. They turned into the humans.
They adapted to their environment.
That's what I'm saying. So now when the woman is in the house, so now my lady has been in the house for about 4 years, raising these kids. Even my son that's technically not hers, you know what I'm saying? Even though she's been with him his whole life and he called her mama. She there with him now. You know what I'm saying? But she's been there doing that. She's been holding it down. I come home, you know, her argument was, you came home to a king size bed. For real. Like, now mind you, I didn't leave in squalor or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that, hey, I held this down. You came home to a roof over your head. A lot of guys don't do that. The kids looking good. This, you know what I'm saying? This and that, blah, 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 blah. It turned her into, she had masculine qualities that she didn't have before I left. You see what I'm saying? She had masculine qualities that I had to be like, look, this ain't even my thing.
To run me.
You can't do that to me. You see what I'm saying? So I done move out, boom. She'll get it together, apologize, it won't happen again. I came back, boom. Few months later, it happened again. Look, though, I don't deal with disrespect, and I'm not into putting my hands on you. I don't want to call you out your name. I don't want to disrespect you in front of my kids. I'm trying to do the right thing. Let me just move away from the situation. So the last time I moved out was about a year and a half or so ago. Boom, I move out. I don't be gone long, probably like 30 days, right? So anyway, bro, when I come back home, I read a book called The Way of the Superior Man, right? It's a book called The Way of the Superior Man. So I'm reading this book, and I changed my whole way of thinking about how to deal with my lady, right? It all goes back to leadership. You see what I'm saying? So us as leaders, when you dealing with a female, right, and you dealing with your kids and anybody else, we're supposed to be the leaders. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So when I'm dealing with my woman, the last year and a half, I've dealt with my woman differently than I have ever dealt with my woman. And I've been vocal about it. First of all, my purpose come first. You don't come before my purpose, because if I put you before my purpose, you think you're running shit. That's masculine. I'm giving you a energy that you don't need. Now you have authority with emotion, and that's not good. You see what I'm saying? So just the whole way I think about shit, right, Mark D? So now, when I deal with my woman, even now, before I wouldn't even had this conversation because I'll be worried about her having this is my conversation. Right, this is what it's gonna be. And we've been better for it. Don't question me about what I'm doing as long as I don't lie on you. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, my masculinity is not built on me being aggressive. My masculinity
is built on her respecting you.
Is being my masculinity is all about respect. Right? My masculinity is all about respect. My lady is just now yesterday. I just took her off the block list yesterday. From the time I moved out the last time, a year and a half. I might say something like, dang, man, this post went viral or something. I got 500,000 views on this. Well, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You will know when I feel comfortable enough to let you back in my world, because you don't know how to act. Don't question me about why Kiki shared something. Right. Don't question me about this. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
This is what it is. You have to be that man. And to all the brothers that's watching this, and when we do the clips and everything, the brothers have to understand it's on you. It's on you.
And you know what? That's what I was going to expound on, man. It takes more vision and observation from brothers, you know what I'm saying, as you just displayed, man, to implement and walk in that way for our sisters to be able to see us and respect us enough to where they will respect us more than they respect what the government is offering them in the house, as opposed to removing us. You see what I'm saying?
But that's on us.
Yeah. It all starts with us. It definitely start with us. You know what I mean? And again, I want to double down as to say, this is not a blanketed thing that we're talking when we speak on the sisters. I know very well, just like I know you do, that there's a lot of sisters that do respect brothers, you know what I'm saying, and are supportive of brothers and understand everything that we saying as far as what we going through, you know what I'm saying, with our sisters, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's important, just like it's important for them to know that it's brothers like us that understand exactly what the fuck they go through, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And we need to stop battling back and forth on the narrative of who's being done the worst by each other or the system, and realize that we need to be on the same accord, on the same team, and fight against the system as
Most
opposed
definitely.
to fighting against each other. And we'll never win the war
Most
while
definitely.
we're still fighting each other. You fight like, again, I used this analogy before where it's like the chess pieces, right? You got the black, and there's not to throw a race card out there or nothing, but we got the black pieces and the white pieces, right? But then we have our black pieces that are battling against each other when the white pieces are attacking us at the same time. And how do we expect to win the game with that strategy, with that method of war? We're gonna lose. It's designed for us to lose that way.
See, what's going on is a lot of the brothers are taking a back seat to the sisters because they're more vocal sometimes. Mm-hmm. A lot of the females are more vocal. The females are the black females are graduating more. And
then because the brothers see that a lot of the momentum is more so with the sisters.
It
right?
is. They live right now.
Yeah.
So, but they still need leadership. So I wouldn't care if my woman made twice as much money as me. I'm gonna be the man of the house.
Dig it.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
why I don't understand that whole narrative of, that why is that question even, well, I can understand it because every man is not wired like me and you, right? The question is always asked, well, could you date a woman that has more money than you? Absolutely, because
Definitely,
the money, by the money, I'm not interested in her money.
But once again, that goes back to how you view masculinity, right?
Right.
So if your whole value is money, if you got people, that's how they value themselves.
That's why that's a question for men, because in my mind, right, the core of that question is that being the only man's only value is the money, right? So it's just like, with money being all you're worth, how do you feel about a woman making more money than you? And that's like, I don't, because I'm more than money.
That's it. But that's the man that's uncomfortable with that is the man that's uncomfortable with himself anyway. So you see what I'm saying? So his whole comfort is money. You got people, if you see them and they don't got a certain glasses on or a certain watch, or you know what I'm saying? You don't see me in jewelry regularly, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. I'm cool. Like I say, I throw on jogging pants, I'm me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I made a lot of money in the street, and I didn't feel the need to, I didn't have to, show off whatever I had going on, right? Because I'm me. You know what I'm saying? My value is in me. My value ain't in possessions. My value ain't in
material items.
It's not. My value is in me. It's always gonna be in me.
Yeah, that's no different than like I always say in dating, right? When you're getting to know a chick, I never inject steroids into the relationship or the friendship, meaning I'm not gonna lead with a bunch of superficial shit and get you attached to something and have you attached to my hand, as opposed to getting to know me and liking me. I don't want to take you out of town the first week that I meet you to find out I don't like you.
Yeah, but you gotta listen, females gonna respect man, right? I got female friends, they respect man. They respect me because I'm man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's never been about money. It's never been about me being, me having some little prestige or me being known around the city or whatever. It's always me. If you talk to them about me, they're going to say that's a good man.
Right.
He take care of his kids. He take care of his home. You see what I'm saying? That's where the value is going to come from. So as men, we're talking family now, but this is the same thing for the community. You have to be the man. So on my block, I fixed my daughter bike a couple weeks ago. I had to put a new inner tube in her bike or whatever. She blew a tire when we went to the park a couple days before. So I fixed her bike. The little girl across the street had the same problem. The inner tubes came 2 in the pack. I was tired, bro. It was like towards the end of the day. I wake up early as hell, bro. So I'm tired, 7:30. My lady she baby, I know you tired. You don't got to do that. She could wait till tomorrow. I said, nah, because if my daughter needed her bike fixed, I was gone 4 years. Somebody fixed her bike. Somebody did, she needed things that I couldn't do. And the little girl daddy, he had moved out. I know her. I conversed with her daddy. But I got you. Right. I sat there, man, went and I took it to the gas station, aired it up because they broke my pump. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it was, I got it done. I got her bike so she can ride with my daughter. We have to be leaders, not monetarily. This is where people have to get out of that mindset. We have to be leaders. We have to show and prove. We have to lead by example. Because kids watching. So we got to lead by example. That don't mean you can't smoke your weed, do whatever. That's your business. But leading by example mean you see something need to be done, you do it.
There it is.
You see the old lady grass need to be cut, get her grass cut. That's what leadership is. And when the kids see that, they're going to take on that. If the kids see you on BS all the time, doing a bunch of nothing, playing the game, cussing with your friends, blah, 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 you're unproductive, they're going to take on the same attitude. Then you look up, that's all they doing, listening to King Von and whoever else. And, bop, 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 we walk them down, bop, 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 you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it turned into that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you put some slow grooves on around your kids. They don't go to school as hype. You know what I'm saying? They don't, you know what I'm saying? So this is where everything come back to as men, especially black men. It's time for us to take full responsibility for our homes, for our community, for our children. We have to take full responsibility. I'm not going to jump in a line of fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just sacrifice my life for the cause. I don't got that type of attitude. I got to get home to my kids every night. You see what I'm saying? I want to get home to my kids every night. But if it's anything within my power that's not putting my life at risk or my health at risk, I want to help our youth. I want to go out and speak to our youth. I'm not going and charging an arm and a leg to go talk to kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. I'm whatever I could do. If y'all got a budget at the nonprofit, give me what you can give me. Give me what you can give me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got the budget. If you just want me to get there, you're going to give me $100 and some food. I'm going to probably take that. I'm going to come talk to the kids. Right. Because if I can walk in a room with 20, 30 kids and one of those children
is touched and motivated,
hear me and say, dog, I can do that. Yeah. I don't think people understand how your mental is affected when you in a juvenile as a 12-year-old. You see what I'm saying? You don't know when you going home. I've been in that situation. I was in Boysville. I didn't have a clue when I was going to get out of there. It was people in there for 3 years. I know guys that was in juvenile for 3-4 years. This guy is 16. He been in here since he was 12, 13 years old. He done grew up in a boys' home. You feel what I'm saying? He hasn't experienced anything about being a teenager. He ain't had a first kiss. He's literally been in here because he have behavior issues that they don't want to treat. So you don't know what it's like to see somebody go visit their family and you don't got family to visit you. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, I'm just saying. So the things that these youth are dealing with, you have to go and address some of that. Yeah. You can't just look at them. Oh, they wild. They don't listen. They stupid. Yeah. You write them off. You gotta come, bro. Talk to me. What you need, man? Some of these kids can't even read. Yeah. Detroit public schools are passing these kids without them being able to read. I don't know what happened. How? Listen, man, I done seen kids graduate with 9th grade credits. God is my witness. 9th grade credits, barely can read, don't understand basic arithmetic, geology, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Multiplication, division. My son is in kindergarten. Well, he going to the 1st grade. He know double digit multiplication. Bruh. Division. Like my kid is, a genius. You know what I'm saying?
The same way I feel, man. My son been like 2 grades ahead in reading and math since he started school, man. He just represented his school in a district-wide math bee at Renaissance High School. He only in 2nd grade.
But he got his daddy in his life. You see what I'm saying? And even if it's not a dad, an uncle need to come in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I had. You know what I mean? Somebody for me to absorb some type of a masculine energy from. At the end of the day,
a big brother, a cousin. Like, females have to ask for help, man. Stop feeling like you gotta do it. Even if you don't, if the dad is a deadbeat, you got men around, you ask them to do something. Hey, can you take Johnny to the park? You got coaches, you know what I'm saying? You might have football coaches or basketball coaches. They need that. LeBron didn't have his dad in his life. At all. But he had coaches and people that believed in him and instilled that. And as bad as people hate and do all that, you don't see LeBron cheating. I ain't saying he perfect. You see LeBron built the school. LeBron did, his qualities are far greater than any of the hate and the bullshit. He hired his friends, got his friends jobs. You see what he just did for his son. And people ain't just doing that. Man. You see what I'm saying? So you see some type of guidance that he had, some type of leadership. So that's what we got to do. Like I said, man, I'm working with multiple nonprofits right now. I'm actually going to start my own nonprofit too, but my nonprofit won't be necessarily geared towards the kids. I'm on a board for a different nonprofit like Big Homies, where we helping the teen with teen literacy, different things like that. But my nonprofit will be about reintegrating into society. You see what I'm saying? So I want to help some of the aged out kids, that's aging out the foster care system. Some of the kids that's coming home from prison, people that's coming home from prison with reentry resources. I want to make sure people are able to get different things that they need. It's a guy named Bob from Here to Help. Bob is a white guy. But when I came home, Bob made sure my car was running. I had bought me a car. The car was a shooter damn near Bob. Bob gave me $1,000 to get whatever fixed. Bob gave me stipends for clothes, books, whatever I needed for school, school supplies. He gave me like a $250 gift card. It was like a bunch of stuff, sheets, blankets, pillows for the house, whatever I needed, towels, different stuff. And I reached back out to Bob. So when I reached back out to Bob, once I graduated, I say, Bob, look, I got my master's degree and I run this business and I want to help. You know what I'm saying? This is what I told Bob. I made a video for him telling him thank you so he can use that. And I told Bob I want to help. So what Bob did, he introduced me to a young lady. I sent you her flyer.
Yeah, I was just about to get into that.
Okay, so I sent, that's a crazy segue.
I'll just
But
put it
most definitely. So if you see the flyer, it's what's it, Baby Crazy on her page is Baby Crazy, but her boutique page is Crazy for Real Fashion. Crazy for Real, what is it? Collection. So it's Crazy for Real Collection, and it's FURREAL, and it's a K. Crazy with a K and Collection with a K. And the young lady name is Debbie. So Debbie only 21, but Debbie did a year in prison, and she came home and Bob was helping her. So when I told Bob about me getting my MBA and being able to help somebody, he sent me her, and me and her been building, and well, she and I has been building. So she have her relaunch. She's moving her store from Livonia to Detroit, and it's what, the 24th?
Yeah.
So it's the 24th from 1 to 8. I don't have a flyer right in front of me, but y'all got it up. You got it up, right?
Yeah, 15200 Finkel Street from 1 to 8 p.m.
Most definitely. So shout out to Debbie, man. Like, even since she been home, she's been home probably about 9 months, and literally running her business. When I say I've seen her take a hit. Mark D, I'm talking about take a hit and take it like a soldier. And I had to tell her, I said, listen, Debbie, you have qualities that people twice your age don't have. To where even with prison, she didn't give up her store. Her father helped her. She came home and got it together. You know what I'm saying? This is what it takes to be a good entrepreneur. The girl 21.
So what's up with this Stop the Violence situation that you sent me the flyer for?
So we have a conference on Thursday. I'm with the Stop Youth Violence. Like I say, it's a bunch of us from Ceasefire, different nonprofits around the city, and we got this conference. It's free. So I think we probably almost at capacity, but we got some seats. You know what I'm saying? Still some seats. So I posted the link right before I went live. It's on my page, and I'm gonna post the link again. But just come there, and even you, the media, come there, and it's all about different ways to stop youth violence.
Right.
So I'm giving a presentation on gangology. Me, Uchi Khan, shout out to the folk, Uchi Khan, brother Phil Sample. You know what I'm saying? Right. So me and him doing a presentation on gangology, and the brother Sincere doing one on gangology. So we got different breakout sessions and stuff. So what we talk about is the type of things that get kids to join gangs, and the type of mentality and what to look for, and you know what I'm saying? So that's what gangology is about. And you want to see different things, and it's other breakout sessions. So we have like youth relationship violence, right? Teen relationship violence, different stuff. So this all about what the youth are going through. And we do this. We did another one like 2-3 months ago with the youth. But this one is with like older people that want to help the youth. So this one grown people. You know what I'm saying? I see, man, you keep looking. Any questions on there or something?
I'm looking at everything and shit.
Okay.
Making sure we know any information on the flyer and shit. But yeah, man, we about press the time, man. We can talk for hours and hours, definitely, man. And I got another podcast coming in. So real quick, man, your contact information, besides what I had on the screen, the website for everybody to get in contact with you for your services, and anything you was talking about earlier in regards to the program, the free program that you got and all of that.
Okay, so it's www.reallifebusinesssolutions.com. That's the full website. You can get to everything from that website. But to get to the free course and the free community, you got to go to ultimatebb.com, ultimatebb.com. I just wanted it as simple as possible, and that's the funnel for the community. Like I said, it's other offers. You don't necessarily need that. And usually when you get into that offer, I'm gonna reach out to you, offer you a free consultation. If you got a business, you want to take this course. Like, it's people selling this type of course, Mark D, for, I'm talking $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. And I'm giving it away for free. I know I didn't pay for these type of courses, right? And they not giving you this type of information. Yeah, the way it's presented, I got it well put together. It's organized real well. Y'all want this, and I'm gonna do 2 more courses. I'm giving 2 more big courses. One on marketing, small business marketing with funnels and automations and using your CRM. That's another course that I'm gonna be doing, and then I'm doing personal finance.
Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna get with you, man, and tap in with that software and plug that into my website and automate my business, man. Because like I said, the talks that we had, it was just a confirmation to me that all of the things that I felt like I wanted to do or needed to do over the years was just a confirmation. I was on the right track as far as what I was thinking. So yeah, man, I need to get with you so we can put some of that together, man. But like I said, man, always a good thing to have you come through the lab, man. And like I said, man, we'll see you probably in the next couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure to get back and have another conversation. Ain't no telling what might happen in the community. And then yeah, I'm gonna come down and get some coverage of you at the Stop the Violence situation, and put that out for you, man. And yeah, man, looking forward to the next conversation, man. And all of the knowledge you got to bring with your business endeavors and things that you offer in the community, man. So again, man, thanks for coming by. And yeah, looking forward to the next one, man.
Hey, that's crazy. We had a whole different conversation.
Hell yeah. Like that was like every time, man. That's the reason why like we struggled even to come up with the title for this one. Because I was thinking about where we went, where we wanted to go with the last one versus where we went. And this is like, it's JP1, man. Ain't no telling where the hell we going.
But you know what? What we gonna do? And while we on here, we gonna do this and get out of here. What we gonna do before the next time we come on? We might have three bullet points or something, 3 to 5 bullet points. Yeah. And we'll come on here.
We still might not stick to them.
Oh no, we gonna because it's definitely. About, right? But we at least have a
a skeleton to what.
And we have a title.
Somebody just asked a question in the comments. She said, "Where is the Stop the Violence situation going at?"
It's at the DoubleTree, right? It's on the flyer. It's at the DoubleTree in Dearborn.
Let's see. That is, yeah. Let me zoom in on that because that is kind of small for them to.
Yeah.
See the DoubleTree in Dearborn Hotel.
Yeah.
What is it? 5801 Southfield Freeway, Detroit, Michigan.
And tell them come back on the link in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna just post the link for them to get the ticket right on the post.
The Eventbrite link.
Yep, it's an Eventbrite link. Yep, they can just get it right from the post, and that way you could just register. It's free. Just pull up.
Dig that, man. My homeboy JP1, better known as Alvin Hill these days, man. This guy's a businessman. So y'all go tap in with him, man. They got a lot of knowledge and a lot of education for the entrepreneurs out there, man. A lot of useful resources that I'm about to tap in with myself, man. So y'all go hit him up and take advantage of that, man. Once again, good for having you. Good, you know what I'm saying? It's always good to have you in the building, man. And we'll see you next week. Next couple of weeks. You know
most definitely, man. I'm glad to be here.
We out of here.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.